Somewhere right now, someone is talking about you. And it isn't kind. Maybe it's a coworker rolling their eyes when you speak. Maybe it's a friend who went cold for reasons they never explained. Maybe it's a stranger online who decided, within seconds, that they despise you. You didn't lie to them. You didn't steal from them. You didn't even raise your voice. And yet, they hate you. For nothing. For existing. Here's the question that will keep you up tonight. What if it was never about anything you did? What if Friedrich Nietzsche, over a century ago, already explained exactly why this happens, and the truth is far more brutal than you're prepared for? Stay with me until the end, because the third reason Nietzsche gives is the one most people can't accept about themselves. Let's start where most people get it wrong. We're taught that hate is earned. That if someone dislikes us, we must have done something. Said the wrong thing, hurt them somehow, failed some invisible test. So we replay conversations at 2 a.m. We apologize for things that were never our fault. We shrink ourselves, hoping that if we take up less space, the hatred will stop. Nietzsche looked at this exact instinct and called it a trap. In his writings on resentment, what he famously termed ressentiment, he argued that hatred often has nothing to do with the target and everything to do with the hater's own suffering. People who feel powerless, stuck, or small will search for someone to blame. Not because that person did anything, but because blaming is easier than confronting their own stagnation. You didn't create their pain. You simply reminded them of it by existing differently than they do. Feels almost too simple, right? Like something you'd read on a motivational poster next to a stock photo of a sunset. But Nietzsche wasn't in the business of comfort. He was in the business of truth. And the truth gets darker from here. The second reason is one people rarely want to hear: you are hated not despite your strengths, but because of them. Nietzsche described the will to power, the basic human drive to grow, to rise, to become more. But here's the catch: not everyone is willing to do the work that growth requires. So when they see someone else doing it, succeeding, standing tall, living unapologetically, it doesn't inspire them. It wounds them. Your growth becomes a mirror, and some people would rather smash the mirror than look at what it's reflecting. Quick pause. Ask yourself honestly, has someone ever gone quiet on you right after you shared good news? That wasn't a coincidence. That was ressentiment in real time. Now here comes the part almost nobody wants to hear, the third reason, the one Nietzsche aimed like a blade at conventional morality itself. He argued that what society calls goodness is often just a disguise the weak use to control the strong. If you refuse to shrink, refuse to apologize for your ambition, refuse to dim your light to make others comf. Morality, a system where standing confidently in your own values gets rebranded as a character flaw, simply because it exposes those who lack the courage to do the same. So what do you do with this? Nietzsche didn't offer comfort, but he did offer a way forward, and it's more urgent now than ever. He said the only real response is to stop asking for permission to exist as you are. Stop auditioning for approval from people whose entire identity depends on you staying small. The hatred of others, he argued, is often proof that you are no longer playing by their rules, and that terrifies them more than anything you could ever say. This doesn't mean become cruel or indifferent to real feedback. It means learning to tell the difference between someone who has a valid grievance and someone who simply cannot stand watching you become who you're meant to be. Because here's the brutal truth Nietzsche leaves us with: you were never actually the problem. You were just a mirror, and not everyone has the courage to look. So the next time someone hates you for no reason, don't ask what's wrong with you. Ask what your presence exposed in them.